All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate you guys joining me tonight, actually, because it's Thanksgiving Eve. So, again, uh, happy Thanksgiving to everyone who's watching and to everyone who's not watching. Again, you guys don't have to be here. You could be anywhere else, though a lot of the restrictions that have been going down are saying otherwise. So, we're going to talk about the restriction a little later. We're also going to talk about the food lines and things like that. Jory Nichols, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. That's pretty cool already. Only a minute, actually 20 seconds of me being on the screen. So appreciate it. Thanks a lot. All right, guys. This is pretty much going to be like an open discussion. But while I was getting ready for the show, not even ready for the show, but throughout the day, I saw a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. If you guys have anything you guys want to talk about, by all means, put it up in the chat and we will talk about it. So, the other thing tonight is there are two commercials that you guys have to suffer through. So, bear with me. I think this commercial it'll be a little more straightforward and simplistic. All right, guys. Again, thank you for joining me tonight. Indiana Prepper. I know that you're on here. Well, actually, if you're on here, do me a favor, email me at angryprepper@gmail.com, please. I'd like to talk to you. So do me that favor if you don't mind. Whether it's during this, after this, it's up to you. Dark Angel, we're going to touch on the food shortage, actually. We're going to touch on that a little later because I did see something that popped up midday today. And then someone brought it to my attention about something that happened in New Mexico. So, again, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. East Tennessee Preparedness. Yeah, there's a lot of live streams going on tonight. I mean, why not, right? I have the brine, the turkey brine. I actually finished it before I started this. So after this, I gotta run downstairs, get a bag of ice, and then drop the turkey in the brine. This is Alabama pepper. Philip Brown, Alabama Prepper. Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you for liking my channel. Listen, guys, for the past few months, I appreciate you guys being here and, supporting my channel. A lot of you guys don't like my political views. You still support the channel. A lot of you guys like my political view. You support the channel. So thank you all the way around. And I even thank the trolls because you guys actually give me views. So I do appreciate that too. Leah, I brine for 12 hours. So as soon as I drop it in, I'm going to say around 10:30, 11 o'clock to be realistic. I'll pull it out around that time. All right, guys. So, excuse me. One of the things that I wanted to discuss was the actual Prairie Farm Table. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. So they are setting up checkpoints here in New York. So initially it was at the airports and the bus terminals, and I guess bus stops, whatever the hell bus stops are. Um, so they're setting up checkpoints at the bridges. Now, here's the problem. This is a bad idea. Look, first of all, um, it's a bad idea all the way around. But the one part that makes it extremely bad is that the traffic that's going to build up because you have people taking temperatures and filling out forms. Oh, where are you going? If you're passing through the state, you still have to fill out this form. I haven't found out which bridge it was yet, but they did talk about bridges. The airports, obviously, for the obvious reasons, right? You fly in, you got to fill out this form. Now, one of the guys who I worked with, he said that he filled out this form, and he said the form, he tried to be cute and just like fill it out. But because he had his number on there, actually they tracked him down through the airline. They got an email sent out to him saying that you filled out the form incorrectly and that you needed to come back and fill it out correctly. Or not come back. They did the questionnaire over the phone. And that was pretty much it. But the fact that they went that far, uh, yeah, Spike. Listen, it is unconstitutional, absolutely. But you got people here saying, "Oh, well, they're just trying to cut down on COVID." All right, you're going to stop every person in America passing through here in New York State. I don't know what other states are doing. I know here in New York they're doing it, and so you're going to stop every person coming through. I mean, really, you guys can't even stop drug smugglers and coyotes from coming into this country and drug smugglers from coming into the state. You're going to stop COVID from coming in. I mean, it's stupid. Jack Johnson, exactly. Do not comply. That is going to start. That is starting to become the Patriots' mantra. Do not comply, right? Because a lot of the stuff they're trying to push sounds like bullshit. But nonetheless, guys, it is what it is. It's a restriction. You might have to deal with it, and you might not have to. So, if you are coming to New York, just keep in mind that that might be a possibility. Dark Angel, you can ask a question. Right, for guys, listen. I mean, I'm going to touch on the vaccine in a little bit. It's going to be a little later, but I want to get out the way the ridiculous new restrictions that are being, I guess, handed down, if you will, right? And Connecticut, New York, New Mexico, and Vermont. These places passed down new restrictions. I mean, I'm a little surprised that people are even listening to this, right? So now let's start with Vermont because subscriber of mine sent me an email telling me that they have a rule in Vermont where you can't go uh, to have Thanksgiving dinner with your friends. So I find this interesting. You like, let's say me, I wanted to go over to Daryl's house and have Thanksgiving. I couldn't go over with my family. But if I was a loser or a lonely loser or just a loner, however you want to look at it, I can then go over and have Thanksgiving. Makes no sense. So you can't even have one person over. I thought New York was bad with the 10-person restriction. Vermont is insane. And the governor the governor suggested that people snitch out their neighbors if they had anyone coming over for Thanksgiving. How insane is that? And also, if the college students, I guess the parents, sorry, college students came over to the parents' place, that they wanted the neighbors to snitch on them as well. Well, where did this kid come from? What college? How high is the COVID over there? And so all of this is going on, and I can't believe it. So it's just that restriction of Vermont's insane. New Mexico, another subscriber of mine brought up a situation in New Mexico where the governor shut down grocery stores for 2 days. I don't know if that was a test run. I don't know if the guy hit his head on a sidewalk or some shit, but he shut down the store for 2 days, and that was a bit of an odd move. I don't know what any other restrictions are in New Mexico, but I thought that one was kind of weird. Someone just asked me if I'm a fireman downtown. No, I'm not a fireman downtown. I'm in the Bronx. Indiana Prepper. Right, I'm in the Bronx. I'm not downtown. If you're a fireman downtown, you're pretty much a tour guide. That's what you are. As soon as you open your doors, everyone's asking you where to go. Where's the Statue of Liberty? Where's the Empire State Building? Right? So, no thank you. Stay in the Bronx. You fight fires. Right? Trust in God. Exactly. Everyone in those states should be having a block party. They should be telling the governor to go fuck himself, and they should have a block party. Plain and simple. Um, New York's restriction is no more than 10 people. So I guess Mr. 11 and Mr. 12 are asked out, obviously. Um, and now, if you leave the state for longer than 24 hours, you have to come back, get tested, quarantine, and get tested again. So if your test comes back negative, from what I'm hearing, you still gotta quarantine, which is stupid. What's going on, guys, is insane. It's just enough already with the BS, the overreaching and the overreaching in power, and then bringing people in on it to snitch on you is insane. East Tennessee Preparedness, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. So I listen. East Tennessee Preparedness. I would have shouted out your channel without the super chat, but thank you for the super chat. And East Tennessee Preparedness is asking me to shout out his channel. I am definitely going to check out your channel after this. If I haven't subscribed to it, I have subscribed to a bunch of preparedness, wilderness, and homestead channels within the last week just to see who else I want to interview next. So again, I'm lurking in the backgrounds. You never know where I am. And I do subscribe under another alias, if you will. Not alias, but another channel that I had that I no longer, uh, you know, entertain anymore. I'm sorry, Dark Angel. If you ask that question, you have to ask it in bold because I'm pretty sure I missed it. Sorry about that. All right, guys. So the restrictions are obviously, from my point of view, not obviously, but from my point of view, is a power grab. They're looking to grab power. I listen. I don't know. I don't like going down the conspiracy hole because there's no end to that conspiracy hole. But with all the things happening, with the misinformation, with the lying, with the telling us you got to wear a mask, and if you don't wear a mask, you're going to get a fine. If you don't get if you take the vaccine, you still got to wear a mask. You still have to social distance after the vaccine. It's enough. So Gina, yes, I have. I shaved I shaved and then it grew back. So thank you for that. Faithful Prepper, you can do me a favor and email me at angryprepper@gmail.com. I saw your that you have a channel and I was entertained by it. So email me as well. For those of you who want me to interview somebody or have an idea, do me a favor. Send me an email and let me know who you want me to interview next, and I'll answer you back in the email. The other thing is, guys, there needs to be some kind of parameter set, right? So if you're a brand new channel and you just started your channel today, don't ask me to look at your channel and then interview you for it. I'll give you a shout out, but I won't interview you unless you have at least 10 to 15 videos. Because I looked on some prepper channels and they had 2 videos from 8 months ago, right? So I understand that you want to boost your channel, you want to make some money, but you got to play your cards right, and you got to be consistent, and you got to show me that you're putting in the work. I can't shout out everybody just because, but I can definitely shout out those who are putting in the work. Chris, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Guys, thanks for the donation. All right, guys. So, like I said, today's a bit of an open discussion. This year, guys, this year has been one hell of a year. So this Thanksgiving is obviously different because of all the restrictions, because of places where you can't go. I'm hearing parents are turning their kids away from visiting them this year because of COVID, right? So this year is very different. This year is definitely going to put strain on family, without a doubt. Now, I understand my parents. My parents are old. My father and my mother, they're healthy-ish, but they don't want to get it. Right, bottom line. So I wouldn't, we wouldn't go over there, and they're in PA anyway. So that's got another lockdown rule on its own too. I don't know what it is, but they got a lockdown rule. Lindsay, Bear Independent is not going to be on this show. I'm not going to be interviewing him. Sorry. That's where it stands as of right now. So, uh, what is it? Schlep and prep. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Yes, there are going to be a lot of old people eating by themselves today or tomorrow. Sorry, um, guys. The whole lockdown and don't travel and don't get on a plane and don't do this and don't do that. It's it's going to get bad. I mean, so Thanksgiving is the first holiday, right? And now people are going to be by themselves. And this is probably the time you want to be with people, and this is definitely the year you want to be with people, right? So with that being said, um, you have to you have to lighten up a little bit on these restrictions so that people don't start jumping off of bridges and things like that. But I don't understand. I get it that people are scared to get sick, because listen, guys. Again, for those of you who believe COVID is fake, it is what it is. I understand that why you believe it's fake, but it's a real virus, and it's a real virus where people get sick. They feel like shit. Nobody wants to feel like shit. And do I think they should lock down the entire world for a virus like this? No, but um, old people don't want to get sick, and old people don't want to risk dying. So I get that. It's understandable. NY Prepper, I should thank. First of all, NY Prepper, thank you for joining me tonight. And I would definitely reach out to him. But listen, some of these guys are just, and I hate to say it, they get so many emails. They're not going to see my little email. I'll try it. Don't get me wrong. I've tried. I've gone after a couple of guys this week. I haven't heard anything back from them. It is what it is. But Prepared Mind would definitely be one guy I would like to interview. I'm looking to interview a guy named Sean Jackson. I heard this guy is a patriot. He's good into survival. He did an interview with Trade Night Cat, so I'm looking to get him on the show in the next couple weeks. Next week, December 1st, I have Urban Prepper on here, so you guys stay tuned for that. And I also have Standing Citizen. We were supposed to do a live stream last night, but it just ran late and things weren't ready. So he'll be on in another 2 weeks as well. So I'm always looking for somebody to interview and listen to their point of view. It is not about growing. It's not only about growing their channel. It's about listening to them as well. I'm a big fan of it. I like listening to other people's point of view. Is Alaska Prepper on here? Yes, he is. Hey, Alaska Prepper, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining me tonight. Like I said, guys, some of you are going to say COVID's a hoax. I mean, listen, whatever. Some of you are going to say 5G's okay. Some of you are going to say, well, the aliens implanted in us. Whatever it is, guys. We're dealing with real world shit now. We're dealing with lockdowns and separation from family and things like that. You know, um, Lindsay. Lindsay asks, can the Great Reset be stopped? Absolutely not, Lindsay. It cannot be stopped. Um, this is the question she asked, and it cannot be stopped. It has to go all the way at this point. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and so we can't you know take that back. We can't reverse it. Sorry, not take it back. We can't reverse it. We're just it's just going to have to happen. So, Muja, you said the trucker strike is coming. Um, Thank you, Charlie Alpha Tango. The trucker strike is not going to happen. The trucker strike can't happen because there's no camaraderie and there's no unity amongst truckers when it comes to this kind of situation or this kind of subject. Sorry. And you all need to be on the same page, right? And if you're all not on the same page, you are not going to get the results you want. That's why strikes don't always work amongst a lot of industries. It doesn't work because people don't stick together, right? So now talk about striking. Men and women strike, right? Pansies cry and throw tomatoes at their computer screen, right? These are pansies. And I bring this up because I just read something earlier about Jordan Peterson, right? I think he's he's a phenomenal speaker, and he's coming out with a book called I forgot the name of the new book coming out, but whatever. So the publishing company that's releasing his book had a bunch of pansies have a town hall meeting because they were crying that they had to publish this guy's book. Keep in mind, not all of them worked on his book. It was just in the publishing company, and these people had a town hall meeting to cry about it, and legitimately cry, like tears and shit, right? So these pansies are the people that are unfortunately bringing America down. And they did the same thing to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan had what's the name of that company? He just joined. He just merged with a company, and he Spotify, and he was going to transfer most of his live streams or his podcasts onto Spotify. Some of them they weren't going to put because of the various reasons of it was too sensitive. Needless to say, the pansies behind these screens, the hipsters, the guys that are built like 12-year-old schoolgirls, these guys were planning to strike because they want total control over Joe Rogan's podcast so they can cut out or put in what they want. Keep in mind, guys, these are the lower level dudes for Spotify, not the higher up. The higher ups didn't have an argument with it, or not an argument, but they didn't have anything against Joe Rogan and his podcast. But the pansies of the world did, and they were threatening to strike. So if I was the owner of Spotify, I would have been like, "Kick rocks, fucko, you're out of here, right? You're not going to sit here and you know tell me you're going to strike because you don't want to do your job because you want total control over Joe Rogan's podcast. Be gone with that bullshit." Kevin Grip, man, thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. How about Nisi Tribe? I just found him today, actually, uh, and I think I subscribed to his channel. But yes, I would definitely interview him. I just found his channel today. Like I said, I was thumbing around. I typed in. I was looking at somebody else's YouTube channel called Hutch Homestead. It was Hutch hyphen Homestead. I was looking at his channel. He's getting it off the ground. He was asking me a couple questions, and when I found his channel, a bunch of other channels popped up. Prepper channels, Homestead channels. One guy had a channel with like one subscriber, maybe himself, and his videos from 4 years ago. So I don't always want. That's why I wanted to set rules for who I interview and who I don't, because of that reason. Marine, I don't know. How do we all switch to a dark timeline? Who knows, man? James Bowen, thank you for that, guys. By the way, 750 people. I'm a little surprised that there are that many people watching me tonight, but thank you. Could you hit the like and subscribe? Rogue Preparedness, I'm definitely going to reach out to her. She seemed like a fun, cool chick. I saw her in the interview with Urban Prepper, sorry, last night. I thought that was pretty cool. Uh, MD Creekmore, I just followed him. I saw one of his videos. He's another smart guy. So it looks like I'm going to have a lot of interviews for the next couple months, which is pretty cool. And that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. I'm looking for smart people. I'm looking for people with a different point of view. I get a kick out of it, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely get a kick out of it. Um, yeah, Kathy Pena. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that comment. Right. You know, there are people who said it was a hoax, but then I agree. I don't think it's as bad as what people are leading it to be. Charlie Alpha Tango. I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Muja, you sent me an email. I probably did. Make sure you put, guys, when you email me to, if you put your real name, also put your YouTube name. That helps me a lot. It helps me identify. I can't remember a lot of my subscribers for whatever reason. I can actually remember you guys. So that would help me out a lot. So that when you bring it up again, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's right. If anything, just send it again, Muja. Patriot Prepper, man. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. And when am I going to move out of the city? Well, that's up to the wife, and getting out of here, and also money. So again, guys, it's not a snap my finger, I'm out of here. It's we got to play things out. We got to save money. We got to do a lot of things, to before we leave. We just can't up and leave. I wish I would have done it a long time ago, but such is life. Lost product. Yeah, YouTube has been just playing a really shitty game with all of YouTube. I think something's going on with YouTube, and they're just not saying anything because they've been having this problem across the board, not just prepper channels, not gun channels, across the board. Pete Rock. I don't know. I would love to move to like Montana or something like that. The wife likes Texas. I don't mind Arizona. I wouldn't mind moving to Arizona, but I also like to live near states that are near water, if that makes any sense. Maybe because I was here my whole life. I like to be by a state that's by water, but Colorado, Montana, those are pretty nice. Though I heard Colorado's getting pretty liberal, so we got to wait and see. Uh, Neighbor Bob. I've been in that area before, but I haven't stopped in Saratoga. No. Is that Ian? Is that I guess you're talking about Australia, right? Or did I get that wrong? Let me know in the comment section. All right, guys. So listen, the next subject, or rather, let's bullshit for a couple minutes because I got one of my lame ass commercials coming up. So you guys, yeah, Hutch Homestead. I answered you on the email. So when you get a chance, probably tomorrow, if you can, give me a call, or Friday, give me a call, and we can talk because I can only talk about that shit over the phone. I can't do that email. It's too much of this, and there's a lot to say over the phone, and I can get it out better than typing because I would miss something typing. Uh, Roots Happiness. I'm a little confused by that Amazon outage affecting trains. I don't know what one has to do with the other. That's a bit weird. Someone sent me an email and a link to an article, and I read it. And as I'm reading it, I felt my brain melting because I'm like, that shit doesn't make any sense. I must be missing something. So, you know, it didn't get into full description of what it was, but we will we will see what the outcome is. I guess tomorrow when they give a full analysis of what happened. Feldman Preparedness. Like I said, guys, there's a lot of prepper channels out there. I mean, like, listen, to be fair, there's a lot of new channels out there too, and I don't have a problem with new channels. They just got to be honest. That's the one thing I ask. Be honest, because I know people are out here just to make money. I get that, but you got to be honest with yourself as well. You can't just want to pop on a show or be interviewed just to boost your channel. You got to be an honest prepper. And a lot of and so far everyone I've interviewed has been honest. Prepper Spectra, my medical setup. Uh, I got I'm sorry. I got trauma bags. I got MCI bags, mass casual incident bags. I have a personal trauma bag for myself. I have multiple trauma bags. I mean, they're throughout my house. They're all over my car. I dug through my car the other day in the back, and I was like, "What the hell?" Right? And I had like three bags. I had two trauma bags, enough to let's say treat 35 people, if you will. What is your biggest fear? Okay, Dark Angel's asking me, what is your biggest fear in city at moment? Power cut out in the city for a week. Power cut out in the city for a week would suck, but we would be able to handle it. We got enough stuff. We got backup supplies. We'd be fine. It'd just be a pain in the ass. That's all. Um, Power outages for the short term, like a week or so, it's a pain in the ass, but it's not the end of the world, and we would know how to adapt to that. Like I said, I got enough gear to make it go less painful, but not painless, if that makes any sense. Lindsay, the only thing I know about fish antibiotics is that they're pretty much the same as the antibiotics we take, just at a smaller dosage. So you have to take a little more. That's all. And that's pretty much what I know about it. I mean, there's nothing other than that. I did know a lady who gave her husband fish antibiotics because he had a cut on his hand that got infected, and because they couldn't go to the hospital to get antibiotics because they couldn't afford it, or something like that, they got fish mocks, gave it to him, and he healed just fine, and he wasn't, he wasn't sick or anything like that afterwards. Neighbor Bob, I would suggest having 2 gallons of water per day per person if you can. If you can't, for room reasons, for space reasons, I would say 1 gallon of water per day per person. So if you do the math, that's how much water you would need to save up. I would go. I would start with just 1 month of water, and then build from there. You don't have to have 5, 6 months of water on deck right now. You know what I mean? You should start out with a month and then build off from there. Kathy Pena, no, I don't. So the last time I took the train with no mask on, uh, people just looked. No one said anything. The reason why no one says anything is because the opposite side of the coin is people are getting their asses handed to them for saying shit. So it's better to shut up and leave it alone or get beat up. And the cops, they don't press the issue. It depends on where you are. Let me walk that back. It depends on where in the city where you are, whether or not you're going to get a fine, right? Some cops are gun ho and they're going to want to give you the ticket because their command told them to do it. Or other precincts, like here in the Harlem area, Bronx, they don't give a shit. They don't care. They'll watch you walk right past because you're telling cops that you can't arrest people for X, Y, and Z. But now all of a sudden, you want to draw the line in the sand and go, well, that's where we draw the line. You're not wearing a mask. People are getting shoved in the tracks left and right, and they want to give out a fine for someone not wearing a mask. A lot of cops also think that's stupid, is why they don't do it, right? So, and other cops do. Some cops, they just, they're yes men and they follow along. Listen, don't get me wrong, guys. I said I will wear a mask where it needs to be worn. I don't like wearing it, all the time. But if I have to wear it, I will. The subway's not one of those places, and I don't take the subway much. So when I do, it's not one of those places. But if I go in the store and that's the store rules, that's what it is, right? It's the guy, they want you to wear a mask, you wear the mask, right? Here in New York City, I don't have that option. I'm like, all right, oh yeah, fuck you, and then leave and walk into the store. I don't have that option here. What's going on, Prepper Nation? Right? So, all right, guys, it's commercial time. So let's start out with nutrient survival commercial. Let's see where we go with this. All right, so they hadn't sent me any new scripts. I told you about their scripts. Their scripts are horrendous, right? Because they play to your fears. So here it goes. If you don't get survival food, guys, and if you don't get nutrient survival food, you're going to die tomorrow because Thanksgiving is canceled and you didn't order your nutrient survival food ahead of time. So now, because the governors of America canceled Thanksgiving, you will not have freeze-dried food on the table come dinner time. I am so sorry, and I apologize. Commercial over. All right. So now, guys, here's the rub. With these freeze-dried foods. Freeze-dried foods, again, I'm going to say it probably a million times. Freeze-dried food, guys, need to you don't need to eat them alone. Sorry, you don't need to eat it by itself. You can definitely marry food to it, right? So a lot of you hunters can actually put deer meat, rabbit meat, chicken in the freeze-dried food after you cook it. All right, guys. So with that, freeze-dried food and nutrient survival has the nutrients and the vitamins. Also, this is very commercially. They are having a Black Friday deal starting tomorrow. So it's a buy one 72-hour kit and get the other 72-hour kit 50% off, right? And their code is called BOGO50. It's such a bogus code, BOGO. Sounds like bogus. Anyway, that's the code they want you to use. The link should be in the description section below if you're looking to buy. Guys, when it comes to freeze-dried food, I understand now why people buy it, because it lasts so long and you don't have to look at the date and be like, oh God, this expired 20 years ago, you know? Now canned goods do last a long time, guys. All right? Canned goods do last a long time. I ate a can of Chapardi. What was it called? Raviolis. The can was 7 years old, and it was fine. I didn't die. I didn't heal over. But if that's what you're gonna go with, then go with canned goods, because canned goods are the shit. But the nutrient survival, they're not, like I said, they're not bad at all. So my second commercial is going to be on My Patriot Food Supply. All right, so we're gonna have to bear through that one, and yeah, Prepper 101, no dice, man. But thank you for joining me tonight. The second commercial, I might have a third commercial by next month, and next month, yes, by next month I might have a third commercial, and it's on EMP shielding. This device is pretty cool. And when sort of quizzing the lady, the representative, she was spot on with everything that needed to be said about EMP shielding. So they're gonna give me like a website. I'm supposed to be an affiliate soon, and you guys can look at the website at the very least and see whether or not you want to buy it. If you are one of those who think the EMP is going to happen soon, then you might want to purchase that. If you don't think it's going to happen soon, don't purchase it. I mean, listen, guys, it's that simple. A lot of the stuff that we push, if you will, we push it because we believe in it. We pushing it because I think it's it's good. If I don't think it's good, I'm not going to push it, and I'm not going to tell you guys about it at all. Greg, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. No, Greg, I can't do that. You know why I'm not going to do that? Because if I do that, right, if I give you the double pulse bicep, somebody in my firehouse is going to freeze frame it, and it's going to end up in the ceiling or somewhere on my locker, right? I'm going to open my locker, and there it is. It's going to be in there. No, thank you. So I can't do things like that. That's even that's if they're even watching this. But I don't want to be I'm already, what you call it, picked on in the firehouse. I do a lot of the picking on too. We have a good time in the firehouse. That's all I can say. The firehouse is a good time. It's possibly the best job on the planet. I don't know why people don't want to be a fireman. It's beyond me. I think everyone should be. You'd get laughter for the next 20 years of your entire career. There's also some downtimes, but there's more laughing than not, Yeah, some people call it hazing. I call it just breaking balls. It's great. There's some people who are sensitive to it. And if you're sensitive to ball breaking, don't become a fireman. It goes hand in hand, guys. You go to fires, you get your balls broken, and you have a brotherhood. That's what it is. Gary Latona, I had tactical training, years ago with Blackwater. I did, what did I do? I did the handgun carbine course. I did the executive protection, the high-speed executive protection, and then I did a basic executive protection, if you will. It was fun. It was like Disneyland for men, or adults rather, and it was great. I thought it was awesome. But who was I kidding? I'm not a tactical guy. I'm not military. It's great to have that gun safety knowledge, which always sticks with you, especially after you watch gun safety accidents or gun accidents. Sorry, it sticks with you forever. But I don't kid myself. Learning all of that stuff was great, but it was a waste of a lot of money because I didn't go down range. I didn't get to do any of the executive protection stuff. I did it on a smaller level, and it sucked. It was just like what Liam Neeson and Taken said. What he said was like 99% of bodyguard is bullshit, and it's that 1% time you need to act. And he was right. It's exactly that. Except for in my case, it was 100% boredom and no dice on action. yesterday and today. I'm sorry, reading Katie Pena. Angryprepper, what would you do with your preps if you had to run? Give some. Katie, I probably would. If I couldn't take it all with me, if I couldn't shove it in my car, whatever it was, I would absolutely have to give it to somebody else. And I would leave the keys, let's say my neighbors who couldn't go, and tell them, have at it with my stuff, you know? Um, because you can't bring it all with you. And if some people are not going to leave, why not have them use it? You know, why not have them? Uh, why not have them have access to it? Sorry, that's what I was meaning to say. All right, guys, we are looking good. 830, 28 people. I'm surprised. Again, thank you guys for joining me. For those of you who haven't hit the like button, if you do not mind, hit the like button. For some reason, YouTube likes when you hit the like button. And YouTube also likes when you hit the thumbs down. So for those of you that are still hovering over the thumbs down button, hit it already, and hit the thumbs up if you like it. To me, makes me no difference, but to my channel and to my the algorithm, it helps out a lot. You know, so do not trust anyone tells you. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I was just reading a question. So, guys, listen. There's apparently going to be a movement happening. I'm hoping that pinball preparedness uh, can get this thing off the ground. Pinball preparedness, guys, is a channel you guys should visit. Very level-headed dude. I'm looking forward to what he has to say on in the next couple of days. But we got hopefully we got something in the making because things need to be said. You got to watch a couple of his videos. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick, actually, because these two videos you guys should watch. I would implore you guys to watch it. Uh, Patriot James, man, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. So, Jesus Christ, I almost unsubscribed to him. All right, so he has three videos you should watch. Pinball Preparedness, The Gathering, I Will Not Comply, and It's All About Greed Follow Up, which is the follow up to It's All About Greed. Uh, those are the three videos you should watch because he hits it on the head. All right, Prepper Nation, he's a part of this thing too. This movement needs to happen, guys. If something isn't right, and we're all rolling over and taking orders from people who will work for us, we pay these motherfuckers bills. We pay their salary, whatever it is. We pay it. They work for us, and instead they're being dictators and all this other shit because this is their time to shine. Whoa, a public health crisis? I'm gonna do what I want to do now because under public health crisis laws, I can do this, that, and the third, and they're doing it. Right, the writing's on the wall, guys. They are they're getting carried away, and there needs to be a line in the sand. And there are other groups doing this as well. If we could all get on the same page, man, it would be unstoppable. Uh, Wormani, I hope I'm saying your name right. It's Nutrient Survival. They're having the BOGO sale for the next from tomorrow to the 30th. So if you want 50% off your second 72-hour kit, by all means, buy one. But I can't do any more commercials. I got to talk about this shit and be serious right now. Uh, I got another commercial coming up, and you'll see what that's going to sound like because it's probably going to sound just as just as boring. Listen, guys, like I said, the commercial things is weird. There's no possible way I can. I mean, I see some of the other prepper channels. Their commercials are legit. Right, they're eating a bowl of freeze dried food. They're like, "Oh, this shit is the greatest thing in the world." But if you want to survive the next apocalypse, you need to buy my food. I'm not gonna do all of that, right? I'm not gonna have fucking powder my face and have my fake kids in the background smiling while they're eating freeze dried food, right? If anything, they're throwing freeze-dried food at me for having them eat that shit instead of eating, like real food. So I can't do those kind of commercials. That's why I do you know, these things. So anyway, guys, another thing we should talk about: food lines. I have noticed here in New York, and I've had other people send me links, videos. Food lines all over America are long as shit. I've never seen anything like this, guys. It's super long. Um, and here in New York, they were doing a couple of giveaways, right? The turkey giveaway. Now, I have to say, some of the lines I saw were super long here in the city, here in New York. Super long. We're talking about blocks of people, big ass trucks with turkeys and shit falling out the background and giving them these giant onions and all this crazy shit to make a meal. And I get it, everyone needs to eat because everyone's out of, not everyone, but a lot of people are out of work this year. A lot of people out of work. But to see how much longer the lines are and how many more of those lines are. So those lines were throughout the city, guys. It wasn't like just one day. It was the last 2 weeks all over the city, and each line was longer than the next. Um, that's a problem. And then you look at Texas. Texas had a line last week. They said that stretched, I want to say 23 miles at the longest point. And people waited online for 12 hours. No, sorry. That was, what's that guy? The black dude who dresses up like a chick and what's that guy's name? Tyler Perry. Right, that dude. He had a line that stretched to about 23 miles. He was doing a food giveaway. His workers, his workers had like, they looked like they had level A class, what's called biosuits on, but they had like the level ones or threes or whatever it was. But that line was long. So now the one in Texas was long. It was a 12-hour wait. Guys, insane. The food lines have gotten longer because there's less jobs. The next shutdown is going to create more food lines, longer lines, more frequent, right? Because they're going to have to open more than once a week. And the people standing on the lines, if you're in your cars, there's a little more, you can hide from the public, if you will. But when you're standing online, there's a bit of a dignity thing that sort of looks like it gets thrown out the window because people look like they're defeated. And with that, these, like I said, the food shortage, we are seeing some of it. We're seeing bare shelves, less packed shelves, but we're not seeing a full food shortage yet. But with a lot of people out of work, we might start seeing more people on the food lines, but not necessarily a food shortage. Now, there is a food shortage coming. I wholeheartedly believe that. I have seen some signs, but as far as how blown out it's going to get, don't know. Grim Survival, thank you for joining me tonight. What are your... Oh, so what are we having for Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow? Obviously, we're having a turkey, and the kids are having freeze-dried food. No. Turkey, mac and cheese stuffing, I think asparagus, bacon, maple bacon wrapped asparagus, sorry, homemade biscuits. My wife wants to have that Pillsbury shit, the little white guy that you poke, that crap. She wants to have that stuff, but I'm gonna make homemade biscuits or cornbread and sweet potato. That's probably it. And then throughout the day, we will have like cheese and crackers and things like that. Pigs in a blanket. We make a whole deal of it. So that's what we're having tomorrow. Um, by the way, how many people celebrate Thanksgiving that are watching? Yes and no's, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, I'm curious how many people say no. That's what I'm really curious about. But I know there's going to be a lot of yes, but I'm looking for more. I'm just curious as to who's not. And if there's a no, why not? Is it because of COVID or is it because of religious beliefs? KB Preps, not a chance. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of yeses. Very good. For some reason, James Bowen, your simple how you say answers keep getting blocked for some reason. It's insane. It's the strangest thing. You're not saying anything bad. You're making a simple comment and they're still blocking it. It's stupid. No, because they killed a lot of people. Katie Pena, who killed a lot of people? The turkeys? I don't know. But let me. Patriot James, man, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Want to know? No. All right, listen, like I said, guys, for those of you that said no, okay, Carmen GZ, sorry to hear that. Um, no. Like I said, guys, for those of you that said no, I'm just curious as to why not. I mean, someone said they killed a lot of people. I'm curious to see who's they. Patriot James, more often lately, meat shortage. Is anybody seeing a meat shortage? So Patriot James asked this question. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. That was a good question, James. Right. So he asked, is anybody seeing meat at stores, mostly roasted steak stores out of the United States? More often here lately, meat shortage. All right. So he's asking if there's a meat shortage in a nutshell. And that's the one thing I haven't seen. I haven't seen a meat shortage here. Um, but you know, I don't know. I haven't seen that here, but I heard other places the meat was gone, completely gone. Angela Tate, thank you for the donation, Angela. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Not here, not yet. On Long Island. All right, so let me find. I'm looking for someone that knows with an explanation. A lot of people said no. One person said no because they couldn't afford it. Um, it gives me an idea for something. Sorry to hear that, Monica. And that's probably one of the one of the things I was looking to hear because I know that a lot of people. No, well, sorry, Andrea, for that. Uh, Lana, sorry to hear that too. Darcy, thank you for the donation. Mujai, you don't need people to celebrate Thanksgiving. No, you don't. You're right. You don't need it, but it would be nice, especially with a shitty year it's been. Um, you know, I don't, shit. I don't know why anybody would want. I mean, listen, I get it why you have to spend it by yourself. You know, especially if you're in Vermont, but no longer. But listen, it sucks for those who have to spend it on their own. Some say no family. Listen, again, that kind of stuff sucks. Sorry for turning this into a Debbie Downer moment, guys. I do apologize. But it just sucks that people are experiencing this, if you will. Lexi, again, the fleeing New York is not an overnight thing. It's going to take time. I wish I would have gotten out of here earlier, but everything happens for a reason. So, okay, Glenda, I guess. I mean, you want to go after the Native American excuse. Okay. I can understand that. I mean, I don't understand it, but I get it, Um, I wasn't, Thanksgiving is about um, giving thanks, right? So if you want to use the Native American as an excuse, that's an excuse. But if you have a reason to give thanks, then you give thanks. That's what Native American is. And thank you, David Lee. He says, my wife is Native American and we are having Thanksgiving. So again, guys, you know, if that's your political reason, that's fine. But you got to understand the uh, the implications of Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is for you giving thanks. That's all it is. It's not a political thing. It's not for you to say, well, it's a Christian thing. Is it this? No. You got to be thankful about something. That's why you have a Thanksgiving. You sit around the table with people you love, and you eat. That's what it is. Thank you, Ted Montana, who said he's a Native American and he has no issue with it. So those of you who have an issue with it because Native Americans died, stop. I have there's a Native American guy here and the husband of a Native American that's saying that they don't have a problem. And my ex-wife is Native American, half Native American, and she didn't have an issue with it. So let's stop pretending, all right, guys, and let's have a real reason. I don't celebrate. Kitty Webb, all right. A lot of people don't celebrate Christmas. I get that. So Indiana Prepper, I just got your email. I will read it when I'm done with this. Yeah, Pedro. Like I said, listen. The history is history, and that's a valid reason. But that's not our reason. Whatever happened back then happened back then. You can't make that about now. That's and I know you were explaining. So I'm not. This is not to you, but this is to everyone else who's using the Native American as the Native American excuse as an excuse. Yes, what happened to them sucked, right? A lot of things happened to them that sucked. A lot of things happened to African American slaves that sucked. But guess what, guys? We are here. We're in a different time. We can't keep hanging on. Not even hanging on to the past. Let me not say that. We can't keep making excuses for why we're not going to do this and that. I'm giving thanks because it's to be with family, and I love this time of year, right? Especially with the family. So that's my Thanksgiving. I'm not going to sit there and talk about something I wasn't a part of. I had no idea about, and I'm not going to act like and pretend I was there, right? So yes, and Worm Romani, if I'm saying your name right, please, I forgive me. Christmas has become commercialized. You are right about that. I love Christmas, but I don't like the fact that everything now it's you want to be the best husband, you better get your wife this Christmas present. Like you got to be that asshole. Because they try to make you that asshole. If that makes any sense. But thanks. Christmas is commercialized, but you know what? Again, fuck them. You celebrate Christmas because that is your religion. You like to give gifts. You like to make people happy. You just like the time of year, right? That's why people celebrate Christmas for different reasons. If it's your religious belief, that's different, But you know, uh, that's a different story altogether. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving because of your religious belief, different subject altogether. I'm not going to sit there and berate anybody, and I'm not berating anyone, guys. But we can't act like we were part of some shit that happened years ago, or decades ago, or centuries ago, and act like it's affecting us now. Because then you're looking for a reason to be upset. All right, and we've had a shit long year. We don't need to be upset about anything right now. So, James, sorry to hear that. I mean, I know it's not like she's dead. I mean, she's just in. She's 6,000 miles away. Wow. Okay. So sorry to hear that. But listen, guys, for those of you who are, eating by yourselves, uh, you're giving thanks. So you could be whatever you're thankful for. That's what you can have your meal based around. And the meal doesn't have to be turkey. Fuck, man, it could be spam for all I care. Forget I said spam. It could be over chicken pot pie. But you're giving thanks. That's what it is. Okay, so thank you, Western Australia, for the donation, because I can't even begin to pronounce that name. Ephes. Epheus. I think that's what it is. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate a lot of you guys from New Zealand, Australia watching this, the UK. Guys, thank you. You don't have to be on at this time watching me. You don't have to be listening to me. But I do appreciate it. Self-reliance also pagan. 9 noble virtues about self-reliance. Self-reliance is also pagan. I guess. Listen, guys, that's the other thing. The whole pagan shit, I don't buy into any of that crap. right? So like I know people talk about Christmas, the pagan holiday, and Halloween, and yeah, stop. We're just trying to have fun. That's all it is. It's people having fun, celebrating, and enjoying themselves. If you're reading too much into this stuff, you have a problem. Just enjoy the fucking day. That's all it is, guys. It's that simple. Enjoy the day. Relax. Be easy. North Shore Preparedness, man. Thank you for donating. I appreciate it. Guys, so I'm going to make two announcements right now. And this is the long list of channels that you guys should entertain. So, North Shore Preparedness, Prepper Now, Prepper Nation, NY Prepper, Be Ready Today, who's not on here, Prepper 101, if I'm not mistaken, he has a channel. Guys, like and subscribe to those channels. You have Happy Prepper, Yosemite Prepper, Prepper Nurse 1, Alaska Prepper. Like and subscribe to those channels, guys. Head over those channels and you will not regret it. SC Prepper, I just found out about her channel. Like and subscribe to that. Fateful Prepper, head over to her channel. Her channel is pretty decent. It is new, but her information is spot on. So you can head over to her channel as well. Let's see who else I'm at. Canadian Prepper, that goes without saying, right? Head over to his channel. I mean, the guy has like 1 million subscribers. All right, 500,000 subscribers. But nonetheless, if you don't know who he is, head over to his channel. You know, yes, failure to prepare. Exactly. Stop looking for reasons to be angry and hate. And I think that's the problem with most of, oh, and Pinball Preparedness. Thank you. Pinball Preparedness, guys, head over to him as well. Corey Feldman Preparedness, Rogue Preparedness, head over to their channel as well and like and subscribe. You know, because, guys, these are good channels. Like I said, there's certain channels I listen to. Oh, Prepping Outside the Box, that's another channel you guys should head over to and listen. Uh, Again, there's so many prepper channels, it's insane. But those channels, a lot of channels I subscribe to, I actually like, I can tolerate, right? They're not cocky, they're not an asshole like myself. Prepper Princess is another one you should head over to. All right, guys. And someone listen, Paula. Someone keeps Sutton Days. Is that a channel? Is this a channel I should be aware of? Um, and guys, whatever channel you think I should be mentioning but missed out on, mention here. Sorry, put it in the chat. Thank you. Magic Prepper. That's the other guy. He's a good channel. I like his channel too. By the way. Oh, TJ Preps. Her channel. So here's the, like I said, guys. Here's the deal. People looking to be upset about something. How do you look at people on YouTube and they say one thing that's wrong, and you're like, "Fuck them, I'm unsubscribing." I'm like, really? We we're we become that people with that group of people. We became fucking these liberals that every time you say something you don't like, you're unsubscribing. You're cursing at the screen. They don't know how many times fucking preppers I watch say some shit I don't like. I don't not subscribe to them. You know, actually, I said, okay, that's a way of looking at it. Or no, that's completely wrong. But I don't unsubscribe from them after one fucking, misstep or a couple of missteps. People will say some wrong shit. People will say some shit you don't like. I actually had a lady who said she doesn't like my political views, but she said she likes what I have to say and she likes the advice I give, right? And I'm like, and that's an adult. That's being a fucking adult. I like that. We need to be adults about a lot of this, right? We're not going to like what we're going to say. Patriot Nurse, for example. There's some shit she said on there, and I'm like, the fuck, right? But I still follow her. She has a lot of information. You learn how to put different things to the side, guys, And thank you, NY Prepper. He just said it himself. Uh, NY Prepper said, you will never agree 100% with other people. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to agree with somebody 100%. Guys, you're not supposed to follow my channel and agree with everything I say. You're supposed to, I'll make a video tomorrow and you'll be like, what the fuck, man? I don't like that. And then move on. That's what being an adult is. You're not going to like everything people say. And that's just the bottom line. We can't be appreciative of everything that's said. So, again, guys, for those of you who always looking to be upset about some shit, right? You guys have what I call the Howard Stern syndrome. So the Howard Stern syndrome is, and that's right, I just said that, the Howard Stern syndrome. The Howard Stern syndrome is, in a nutshell, a Howard Stern listener, someone who likes Howard Stern, would listen to him for 23 minutes a day, right, when he was on the air. Right? A Howard Stern troll or hater will listen to him for 45 minutes a day because they're looking to catch something he said wrong. They're looking with their notebooks and shit. They're like, oh, what he said this, and they're looking to write it. That's what it's called. It's called you people who want to be upset about whatever it is. Lost product. You gotta tell me who did that. Like in an email or some shit, if you don't mind. Um, who doesn't want to wear a cowboy hat? Jesus, because that's pretty. That's oof. That's a straightforward accusation. Muja, I'm not making a video tomorrow. That was just an example because if I try to make a video tomorrow, I think my wife is going to clip my nuts. I think so. I'm not going to do a video tomorrow. Plus, not for nothing, she's not going to like this part, but I do 90% of the cooking. So I'll be busy tomorrow, so I won't have time to do a video. Uh, that's if she doesn't come racing in here right now, punching me in the face. But broke back preparedness. I hope that's not a thing. Broke back preparedness. I really hope not. Um, listen, guys. It's the YouTube thing. Someone asked me in an interview. Oh, be ready today. Last night in his live stream, asking what was my outlet. I am finding out, or rather, I found out that this is my outlet as well. Right. So working out, hitting the heavy bag. This is an outlet, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it immensely. Tactical Gary, thank you for the preparedness. Guys, Tactical Gary is getting his channel off the ground. He needs a little bit of a push, but he can get his channel off the ground, and his channel will be good. Or rather, if he put more videos. Rather, if he put more videos. So, Lori asks, what good movies tomorrow to watch? I don't know. I think the kids might be doing a Marvel movie thing tomorrow, like watching the Marvel universe movies. Uh, I think the first Christmas movie of the year we should watch is Die Hard. That's just me. The greatest Christmas movie ever made was Die Hard, and then for kids, A Christmas Story. Obviously, because tomorrow is it starts Christmas, if you will. North Shore Preparedness. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but she's on here too. Yeah, so my wife is on here. She's she's gonna let me have it later, but whatever. Right, guys. So, listen. Also, whatever your favorite Christmas movie is, can you put it in the chat in the chat section so I can get an idea? Someone said Gremlins. Gremlins is a classic Christmas movie. You're right. That is a classic movie. I do enjoy. I enjoy those kind of those movies that are Christmas movies but have a different storyline. Roots of Happiness. Yeah, the Roots of Happiness. Songbird did ruin that song for everyone, right? But whatever. Oh shit, Polar Express. That is my new favorite one, actually. When I first saw Polar Express, I was like, "This is a dark ass movie." Like, it's really dark. But now that I guess I watched it like 8 times, and on the eighth time, I'm like, "Oh, this is pretty good." Yes, Red Dawn. There is a Christmas scene in there. Lampoon Christmas Vacation. That's a good one. Dances with Wolves. That's another good holiday movie. Though it's not Christmas based, it is a good holiday film. It's a Wonderful Life. So, guys, I hate to ruin this for you guys who mentioned It's a Wonderful Life, but they're remaking it, and they're using what's this guy's name? I can't stand the kid. The kid looks like a fucking a sappy ball of mush. But hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull up who's in the remake. It's interesting. It's a Wonderful Life remake. Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson is going to be in the remake of It's a Wonderful Life. And guys, If you liked It's a Wonderful Life, cherish this one because I can tell you right now they're going to wreck this remake. Wreck it. With all of this, Me Too, BLM, and all this stuff, they're going to wreck this movie. So expect for character change, plot change, the whole nine yards. You know what? It's probably going to be a different movie altogether. But yeah, listen, guys, some movies you can't remake. You shouldn't remake. Not that you can't. You shouldn't. But nonetheless, they're definitely going to destroy this. That's without a doubt. I see the writing on the walls. So whatever. Am I going to see the remake? No, absolutely not. I won't entertain it. That's like trying to remake Gone with the Wind, right? And I know they'll never remake that movie because of all the racial undertones and stuff like that. So that's fine. Jimmy Stewart was really what? Tommy N. What is that? Tommy M. Sorry, he was a transvestite in the movie. Prepper Nation. Some remakes are good. Some remakes are good, and but the majority of them, you're right. The majority of them are bad. The majority of remakes are like holy shit. But there was a remake they did, and the remake was way better. There was actually two last year, and the remakes were better than the original. Um, I can't remember off hand right now what it was, but I was just like, it was pretty interesting. Home Alone, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. Prepping outside the box, right? Die Hard, the best Christmas movie ever. Bad Santa is pretty good. Oh, Scrooged with Bill Murray, that was a good one. That was the one I got a kick out of. Right, and Die Hard too. Wasn't that a Christmas time movie as well? Rambo. Might as well throw the Matrix in there while you're at it, right? Um, that's cool. The Thing with Kurt Russell. Armageddon Prepper, all right. And there's a bunch of Christmas movies on Netflix, guys. So I guess you can head over to there. But Netflix has been really, how you say, not social justicey, but all inclusive. So they want to put everybody in every movie now. It's fucking insane. I hate watching these movies now with the all inclusiveness. We need a character from every part of the world in this movie so that everyone could like it. And then when we put gay characters in it, he can't be too gay, but he has to be just gay enough. Because believe it or not, guys, I watched this video on them talking about gay characters in movies and how amongst the gay community, there's too gay of a character that's not gay enough. I don't get it. I don't understand why. But nonetheless, if you don't put a black character in it, well, he wasn't black enough because he didn't act like he was from the hood, but he acted like he was too white. That black guy, I don't like that. But you put a hood guy in there, oh my God, he was too hood. He was just with the hoodie and the hat to the side, and because people complain about everything. You can't make anyone happy. So stop with the all inclusive shit and worry about the movie. Focus on the movie. That's what we should be doing. That's what movie directors should be doing. You know, uh, it's guys, it's just insane. The crying that I hear in Hollywood about when they do these polls on characters and what would you like this character to be? Oh, I like him to be black. Okay, well, what kind of black? Ghetto black. Uncle Tom black, Shuckle and Jive. Morgan Freeman black. And then they go through this whole bullshit. You're like, get the fuck out of here, right? So and when you guys look up these videos, you can look them up on YouTube. You'll see how they do these character things for different sets of people. It's insane. So it's just again, it's enough, right? We just want a good movie. That's all we want. I don't give a fuck if Tiny Tim, right, is Chinese. Just let it be a good fucking movie. You don't have to change everything around. But whatever, man. I know I went off the subject because the movie shits is it's enough. Yes, Lisa Randolph, right? Too much over analyzing, and that's the thing. People overanalyze everything now. They're just like, whoa, we don't have a pit bull in this movie, and the pit bull represents the black community. We need more pit bulls in this movie. Like, you fucking kidding me? Like, it's just too much. Listen, I'm sorry for going on that rant. It was just I'm so annoyed by the remake of It's a Wonderful Life, and I know where that's going. And then every movie now has to have like a positive message. Just be you, like this bull. Right? PC. We've gotten too PC. Fuck political correctness and their bullshit. I break everybody's balls just the same. I don't give a shit if you're gay. If you're a gay Chinese man in fucking Wisconsin, I'm making fun of you. I don't care, right? So we got to stop with the political correctness. It's killing us, and people are getting upset, over the bullshit. So it's enough already with the crap. So somebody, yes, cancel culture is getting ugly. Out of control. It's through the roof. Hallmark Christmas movies. Those are not bad. Yeah, listen, guys, you got to make fun of people. You got to make fun of people. Listen, I love making fun of people. I was made fun of. I'm still made fun of. God forbid, the moment I walk, through the door of my firehouse, I get made fun of. It is what it is, right? We make fun of each other. Uh, James, what's an Uncle Tom? Like an Uncle Tom I would be referred to as an Uncle Tom in the black community, because I don't subscribe to the hat and the side bullshit and yo, like I don't do any of that crap. So I don't do any of that, right? So and because I guess I speak English. I don't know, and I don't take the stance, and I don't look at Black Lives Matter as the hero of all for the black community, right? Um, Thank you, Prepper 101. It's a sellout, pretty much what it is. But the reason for being a sellout is insane. So as a black man, I remember being called an Uncle Tom because I had a job. I worked, right? So being that I worked, I was called an Uncle Tom so many times. You're working for the man. You're a sellout. You should be like us. I'm like, us what? On a street corner, fucking talking about basketball games that I have no fucking, uh, you know, nothing in that does anything for me. They talk about basketball players like they're the fucking savior of the community. Fucking guys making $1 million and give a shit about the neighborhood, and I'm supposed to be doing that, right? I'm supposed to be, running the streets with a 40 in my fucking hand, talking about fuck the white man, fuck the cops. Yeah, listen, been called an Uncle Tom more times than I care to mention. Listen, at the same time, I also been called a nigger as probably about as many times, right? So it's about even, right? So I'm either I'm a nigger or I'm Uncle Tom, right? So that's where I am in in the in the world, if you will. All right. So it's just what it is. Eh, and I got used to it. My father told me this would happen. And I said, "You're right. You know what? He was right. But I don't care. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. I don't care if they call me Uncle Tom. They don't care if I'm a Negro. I don't give a shit. It doesn't bother me, right? You have to be you, and you can't do this. I want to appease everyone. Oh man, I want to be liked, so I'm gonna do exactly what needs to be done to be liked. Fuck that shit. They can kiss my ass. You know, it's just what it is, man. And thank you, No Show Preparedness. It is what it is. It's enough. Like I said, I don't subscribe to any of that. Listen, hey, when you talk about race, which that'll be a conversation for another day, not tonight. There is a lot to be said with racism and race and being black. I get it, but there's also a lot to be said with just being a fucking person or a human and respecting the next fucking person next to you. Doesn't matter what color they are. Yeah, be charming, right? So the N word, right? There's the hard A. Sorry, there's the hard R and the soft A. If you're asking the black community, right? If you say nigga, it's a soft A, right? And they were like, oh, that's my buddy. He said it with the soft A. But if you say it with the hard R, well, then you're a racist. Then such as life. But listen, guys, it's a word. That's all it is. You call me that, I'm like, yeah, how original. Okay, thank you. Yes, sir, boss. I'm a nigga, right? Whatever. I don't let those kind of words because my father, again, growing up, he says people are going to say that word to you, and the Prepper Nation, I like that one. People are going to say that they're going to drop the N bomb on you. He says they're going to call you a nigga, and they're going to say that to get you upset so that you can punch him in the face. He's always said that to me, and that's why I don't budge with that word. Right? I don't budge with a lot of words. Actually, you can call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't budge with a lot of words. It's just because that is the how you say, I guess that's the winder in your back, And when people want to call you that, they listen. A lot of people will say just to have you react, so you can hit them, so you can go to jail, so you can be sued. Fuck that shit. They're not gonna fucking sue me because they called me a word and I ran after them. I mean, it's stupid. I remember on the highway. There's the funniest story about the N word, by the way. The guy's on the highway and he's driving and he cuts me off. So and this is years ago. This is before I met my wife. This is years ago. So he's driving, he cuts me off, and I'm like, motherfucker. I pull up next to him, I'm cursing and yelling, and he's like, I said, yo, why don't you pull the fucking car over and say it to my face? Younger days, keep in mind my younger days. So I pull up in front of him and I brake check him, and he stopped, and he's driving, and he pulls up beside me, and then we're cursing at each other. And then I said, go ahead, say another fucking word. I'll run you off this fucking road. I wasn't gonna run him off the road. I'll run you off this fucking road. And he goes, and he's staring at me now. He's like, and he gets off his exit. He gets off his exit, and as he gets off the exit, a good distance away, I hear him yell, "Nigger!" And I'm like, and all I could do was laugh because I knew he was gonna say it. I was waiting for him to say it, and he said it as he got off the exit. And I just laughed. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And it's funny because the same shit happened to my father like probably 20, 30 years prior to that incident. So I thought it was funny because I knew it was coming. I was waiting for it, and he waited till he got off on the exit, and he screamed it. And I was just like, this fucking guy. It was a funny incident. But there are some instances where it's not funny, right? But listen, guys, it is what it is. You can't let a word overpower your emotions. And I think that's what we're doing today. And when I mean we, I'm talking about the human race. I think that we let people overpower us with emotion. I think people look for it too, right? And it's enough. We got to get away from that, right? Someone earlier said sticks and stones, right? Sticks and stones, guys, right? If those can, if that's not going to bother you, right? You shouldn't let words bother you. The only time it should bother you is like, again, sticks and stones. Someone hits you with something, or they throw something at you, then you react. But you don't react over words. And this is years of me dealing with this shit. So it's not new. It didn't happen overnight. It's years of dealing with it, But you have to be aware that people are going to say shit to you, especially now. People are looking to say shit to you so that you can say something back to them, so that they can film you and put you on Twitter, or film you and destroy your life, right? So whatever, man. All right, guys. So while we are on the air, I just went a little longer than I wanted to, but again, thank you guys for hanging out. We dropped down to 6:07, so that's good. People are like, fuck this, I got dinner to make. I'm out of here. So let me get my last commercial out of the way. All right. So we're doing for My Patriot Food Supply. So guys, My Patriot Food Supply, they didn't want me to say anything other than buy their shit or you're going to starve. That's pretty much what they were getting at. If you don't get My Patriot Food Supply, you're toast. Because, their food is the only food and the only food you should buy. So get their shit and buy it now. Because if you don't, you're doomed. Now, listen. All the freeze-dried food companies, they all pitch if you don't buy our shit now, you're going to die. I'm dead serious, right? Or, okay, here's a better one. My Patriot Food Supply. All right, guys, this stuff, it tastes so great, and it does taste good. We had it at the Prepper treat. It tastes good. This is great stuff. And you know what happens when you eat My Patriot food supplies? You grow balls, and you grow hair in your chest, and you become a man. My Patriot food supply. Is that a better commercial? Hopefully it was. But anyway, guys. Either way, hopefully you get it. Solid, good salesman. Yeah, I wish I was, man. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do it. Again, you should see some of the commercials out there. You guys have to pay attention to them. Some of these commercials, these guys are professional, man. Uh, they got like the whole background and shit, and they're like, oh, look at this. You know what? I saved people's lives by selling this, and they show them, the food. I'm like, you saved people's lives selling my Patriot food supply or nutrient survival? Because I'm 1,000% sure this shit can't save your life. Though some of the freeze-dried foods, if you apply enough water, you could probably spackle a wound with it. But that is unofficial, guys. That's nothing you should do. You shouldn't do that, actually. All right? So, guys, listen. We are hitting the hour-and-a-half mark. I think we should call it quits now. I'm about to hear his phone start ringing. I know. My Patriot Food Supply is like, they're probably going to call me. What the fuck? What is that? What kind of commercial is that? That's not the script we give you. You fucking kidding me? Listen, guys. It's My Patriot Food Supply is good. Again, we had it at the Bug Out weekend. The Emergency Preparedness Retreat. We had it up there. And I gave it to the guys plain. And they didn't like it. And then I flavored it up, right? Onion powder, garlic, and crushed rosemary, by the way, in the Alfredo dish, and they loved it. The point of the story is, guys, with any freeze-dried foods, you have to flavor it up. You can't just have it straight. I mean, you could have it straight. You could do whatever you want. Sorry, you do whatever you want. But if you flavor it up, it's all good, man. It's that much better. Right? And especially if you add, like I said, the meats to it, whether it's meatball, deer meat, rabbit meat, whatever kind of meat you want to add in, except human meat. Don't put human meat in it. Human meat is bad. But that's where you go with that, right? So freeze-dried food, guys, it is the way to go. It does last a lot longer. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, guys. So commercial off. Yeah, listen, guys. Nobody wants to starve. All right, so that's pretty much what they're getting at. I'm just telling you, buy this stuff because it does last a long time and it does taste good because I tasted it. That's all I'm doing. But I have to do some stupid song and dance. Hey guys, buy my food because I'm black. So anyway, guys. So anyway, guys, I'm sorry. I just saw how that commercial looked again. Or the act I just put on. Anyway, guys, listen. For all of you who are still with me, happy Thanksgiving. I appreciate it. You guys joining me. I appreciate the donation. I appreciate your support throughout the whole year. And with my bullshit, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. Good night.